You're watching DIYNate. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to tell me about your project in the comments.
Today on DIYNate, we're going to be replacing our Volvo XC90 air filter, and soon we'll do the cabin filter as well, so check out my other video on that. The first step here is just going to be taking off this box right here. We're going to make sure we get that out of the way, and then if you look right here, there's some Torx bits right in here, and you can see them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 5 Torx bits that we're going to need to get to. And they're kind of in a tough spot, so that's going to be how we're going to get there. We're going to lift this off and should be able to get to the air filter that's up under there. So we're going to get to that in just a second here. So we're going to go ahead and take these Torx bits off. Get my snap-on ratcheting screwdriver, one of my favorite tools. And we'll go ahead and take this first one out. Some of them are going to be a little difficult to get to. This should hopefully come out no problem.
As I take off the Torx screws here, they don't come all the way out, so that keeps you from having to worry about losing them. So that's a good thing. One of the key lessons I learned when changing the filter for the first time was to disconnect the plastic air hose to be able to access the inside of the filter box. You'll see me struggle with pulling out the old filter and having difficulty accessing the box with a vacuum as well because the plastic hose is still connected. After I took that hose off, the job became much easier. So that's my pro tip for you as you learn to change your filters here.
Now we're going to lift this off, and we're just going to try and lift it enough that we can get our hands up under here and get to that air filter. It's going to come out. It should be able to pull it without not too much force. Whoops, tore it right open. I have to be careful about that because I just don't have much of a room to work with here. So yeah, this guy has been needing a replacement for a while, it looks like. Okay, so this filter is pretty wedged in there. I might have to tear it a little bit to get it out. I'm going to go ahead and remove this guy just to give me some more room to work with. This filter is worn out. Pieces of wood and other debris. You may even need to put a vacuum down there for a few minutes and kind of clear some of that out. So we know this guy was due for a change. He'd been in there a long time, so that'll be good to replace that filter. Got my filter here that I ordered on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. This should do the job. We got our nice new filter here. Here's our new filter. And let's just take a look at the old guy so you can kind of get an idea of not good versus good. So fresh filter, the backside had worn off on that one and was clogging up the whole unit. So we're having some trouble getting to the filter housing, and it looks like we need to disconnect the hose here because it just is not cooperating as far as being able to really take the whole contraption off here. So I'm going to take this part off. I tried a couple other options to give me a little bit of play, and they just were not working. So we're hoping that by opening this guy up. Okay, so this part is on here pretty good. I'm having to use a little bit of force to get him off. There we go. Now I've got a little more, hopefully a little more play that I can get my new air filter on. Let's try this guy out. Yeah, there we go. It's a lot easier to work with. So once I've disconnected the hose, I can really get up under there, and I should be able to put the air filter in no problem. Now I've got a really good shot in here to clean this out a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and use my vacuum. A lot of debris in there, a lot of junk. So the first time we've actually replaced the filter with this new to us car, and now it's as easy as just popping this in, dropping it in. That's a lot easier than me trying to squeeze it in there. I was trying to go the easy route, but the right route is the way I should have gone with it to begin with. Go ahead and reattach our hose here. Hopefully it'll connect very good. And we'll pop our screws back on. Love this snap-on ratcheting screwdriver. It is my favorite. Okay, so now we're just making sure everything seats properly and everything is nice and neat here. And we got our Torx bits we're going to pull back on here. Make sure it goes in there nicely. So if I had done to begin with to take off this plastic hose, I would have done that for sure, because I ended up tearing out the old filter to get it out, and didn't even think about taking out that. So good to know for future. I'm sure I'll remember that the next time when I deal with this. And we're just tightening it down now, getting everything in place here. There see it's going in nice and neat. So pretty easy change after I figured out to take off the hose there. And so now we're gonna put our box back on it. It just clamps back on there. And our Volvo is ready to run. All in all, an easy day's work. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a great day.